Welcome back to Normalize Breastfeeding Live. I'm your host, Vanessa Simmons. Good morning. It's early here in San Diego, California, and I am live with some mothers in Cincinnati, Ohio. They are hosting a feed-in to show support for a mother who has been censored from breastfeeding in the media, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that right now. And so I want to introduce, my kids are up today, by the way, so I just want to give that information out there in case they start coming up to me and talking to me in the middle of this broadcast. I'm on live. Go on, sweetie. Okay. I know you don't know where your Game Boy is, sweetie. Okay. So I want to thank these ladies for coming on with us today. I want to actually ask Heather to come on. You can go ahead and unmute yourself and go ahead and tell us a bit about your story. And I'm going to go ahead and share your picture on the screen while you go ahead and tell us a little bit about it, and then we'll share the video from WCPO.
All right. Good morning. How are you?
Good.
So basically, I had the opportunity through a friend of mine to have a photo taken based around the idea of alternative means of feeding your children. And I happen to have two children with gastrointestinal disease who are tube fed, and I also breastfeed and have breastfed all of my children. So kind of jumped at the opportunity to take a picture of myself nursing and tube feeding my children. My Facebook, I posted it on my Facebook page, and it got reported a few times as being like nudity, like having nudity or I'm not sure what, obscene photo. I'm not sure what the verbiage was, but Facebook notified me and told me that my picture had been reported a few times, and someone had let the WCPO know, which is the local news station, and they contacted me and said, let's do a news story, normalizing breastfeeding. This is breastfeeding awareness week. I was like, oh, awesome, that'd be great. So they came out to my home, segment on nursing and asked me to nurse on camera, and had a picture that was flagged on my original Facebook profile. And when the story aired, it had blurred with my daughter feeding, and it also blurred the original photo. And anywhere basically it's nursing, it's a big censor blur on there. So, I very confused on why they want to do a breastfeeding awareness story and then normalizing breastfeeding. So I was breastfeeding raw censorship, and so that's kind of where we began the journey of nursing here at WCPO.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing that, Heather. I'm really sorry that you even had to deal with any of that. And so tell me a little bit about your photographer Lauren and her project. Can you Lauren, where are you? Can you unmute yourself and come on?
Yes.
And let's
Hi.
Tell me a little bit about your project.
So for World Breastfeeding Week, I really wanted to bring some awareness to other ways of feeding feeding babies, and how that even, you see a mom with a bottle, you don't necessarily know her story. And I wanted to bring some awareness to the reasons that moms may not be able to or might not choose to breastfeed. So when Heather agreed to sit for me for a photo and tube feed and nurse her baby, I thought it was like the perfect opportunity for World Breastfeeding Week to not only bring awareness to breastfeeding, but also to tube feeding and why some moms might need a tube feed, as well as her children's issues, their medical issues. So it was just something that was kind of just took off from there. So
Awesome. Yeah, I've taken a look at your work. It's beautiful. Thank you so
Thank
much for the
you.
work that you're doing. It's amazing. Keep going. You know, there's always going to be, I call them nip haters.
Yes.
So there are always going to be those people that want to, you know, shut it down and want to stop you from doing what you're doing. But your work is beautiful. It's amazing. Keep
Thank you.
going. Yes, and I love the project that you're doing, and I love the fact that it is including both of her sons who are tube feeding, and I love the fact that she's also. Are you tube feeding them also, Heather, with breast milk?
I do use breast milk for one of my children. The other one cannot eat any food at all by mouth, so he can't breast milk. My youngest son does use donor milk and my milk when I can to feed him as well. Because he
Okay,
also has a growth issue along with gastrointestinal disease.
okay. So you guys are here at you're at the headquarters, and let's talk to April really quick. April, you put this whole event together and got everybody mobilized. Tell me a little bit about your thoughts when you saw, you know, the airing, and did you decide, like, you know, this is something that we need to do something about this? What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I have been an active advocate for women's rights for a really long time. And as a breastfeeding mom who struggled myself and depended a lot on donor milk from other nursing moms, it really struck a chord with me. We also have a very good friend whose son has SMA and tube feeds Tim as well. And we all know what a hassle it can be when you're out in public and you're getting those stares and everybody's just looking at you like you have six heads and all you're trying to do is feed your child. So basically, when I saw everybody jumping on and we were all kind of just ripping WCPO apart on their Facebook page, and we were talking in individual groups as well, and like our baby wearing groups and breastfeeding groups that we're a part of in the greater Cincinnati area. We were all talking about what was going on, and so it was suggested by a few people, well, we should do a nurse-in, or we should do something, we need to do something. And fortunately, I do have a lot of experience with organizing rallies and protests and things like that. So when I saw the opportunity to help, I had to. I wouldn't have felt right seeing everything go down when everybody was like, well, how do we do this? How do we go about it? And I was like, okay, I'm going to jump in and volunteer, help you to like have the knowledge.
Mommy.
Okay, am I back? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Sorry about that. I was talking to my kids. I put myself on mute for a second. So I just want to say thank you so much for sharing. You know, it's amazing that you were able to use, you know, that previous experience that you've had with setting up rallies and all of that to, you know, to get this going. And so I've got my daughter here with me. You want to say hi to everybody? She's not going to leave unless I let her say hi. This is my daughter. Oh, sorry. She just woke up. Say hi. You want to say hi? Oh, Lord. Here they all come. This is Diane. And here comes my nephew. They all just woke up. Okay. You guys come say hi. Hi. Okay. Everybody's here. It's fine. We're all moms. So yeah, so I mean, I just think it's really amazing that you ladies were able to come together and really draw in a crowd. And I see that a lot of people are following on the Facebook event, so it's pretty awesome. I think that it would be really great if we could do something on a larger scale to help, and so that's why I was hoping that the podcast would help get the word out to a few more people that can't actually be there physically. And also, so do you have someone? I know that you said don't just put your hand on the screen. Oh Lord. So so I know that you guys said that you had been contacted several times to do a follow-up interview with WCPO, with one of the news representatives there. So tell me a little bit about that. Heather, you want to tell me what happened?
Yeah, they did call and say after they had the press release about
I can't hear you, Heather. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on.
hang on.
Oh, that sounds better. Maybe you were just too far away.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better.
All right. I was contacted by a representative from WCPO who said, hey, you know, I understand there's some misunderstandings. How would you feel about a follow-up interview? And at that point, I said, well, I'm not sure. I didn't know they went to stop the forces. I kind of apologize, and at that point, I said, well, if I air my story uncensored, that I attempted to do that.
Your sound is very choppy. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Heather. I can hardly hear you. If you need to, you can share with someone else and go to their phone. If you think you might get better service, it's totally fine. It just sounds a little bit choppy.
All right, is this better?
Oh, that's much better.
All right, I have my headphones. My daughter was nursing and kept grabbing them. So they contacted me and asked me if I would like to do a follow-up. I, in essence, just told them that unless they were planning on running the story uncensored, that I didn't have time to do a follow-up until after the nursing or the feed-in. But I haven't heard from them since. They did tell me at that time that, hey, we'll be happy to have like milk and water for you there. Basically trying to make it comfortable for us here at the feed-in. But I didn't hear anything after about follow-up. I let her know that I wasn't interested unless they were going to.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I can understand that. I mean, they came to you telling you they want to do a breastfeeding segment. They even titled it that it was breastfeeding. That was what they were talking about. And then they just slapped a censor right over the breastfeeding.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I mean, it'd be different if the photo was obscene. But we all know that breastfeeding is not obscene. You can see right here behind me, I have a photo of a mom breastfeeding, and she's completely uncovered. It's not obscene in any way. It's just incredibly annoying that they would be, putting you in that situation where you would think that they're going to be running, a cool breastfeeding piece and also talking about your son's issues with, tell me again,
Astro.
Right. Sorry about that. So I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted. Rosie, can you please wait? Can you wait until I'm done? Okay, not right now, baby. You need to wait. She wants to give me the full explanation. Okay, go ahead. Say that again.
There's no way I would have agreed to without normalizing breastfeeding. Although makes no sense.
You have to share.
Your sound is still a little bit spotty, but I think what you were saying is that there's no way that you would agree to another interview with them after they censored you without letting you know that they were going to censor you, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, I get that, and I think that it's terrible that they did it, and they didn't offer an apology. That's what bothers me the most, that they kind of gave this blanket statement of, well, according to the FCC or whatever, that that they, you know, could not show breastfeeding. And I'm like, wait a minute. As far as I know, like, for instance, the awesome model who's been standing up for breastfeeding, Nicole Trenfio, she was on the cover of Elle, and they plastered that everywhere on the news because it was so viral. You know, it's like they wanted to get clickbait. And now they've got this awesome image of you, which was definitely clickbait. They wanted people to see the image and get that viral quality on their own story. And instead of allowing it to be what it was, they censored it. And it's just, it was like a complete, like, did they not get it? Like, why would you entitle it breastfeeding and then cover up the breastfeeding?
Right. I was just confused.
Go ahead.
No, I said I was just as confused. I don't know if it was intentional, like, you know, I don't know. I don't understand why somebody would say, hey, let's do a story on normalizing breastfeeding, and would you mind while I film you? And then, water over your food. That doesn't make sense. There was no
Right. No, I'm sorry. The sound is so spotty. I'm not sure if it might be the connection or the area where you guys are located. Maybe because you guys are so close to the studio. But I just want to say thank you to you ladies for doing this, and I'm hoping that you guys get a large turnout at the actual nursing. I know that you guys, when these nursings are created on Facebook, sometimes a bunch of us, you know, join in just to show support, even though we're not going to actually be there. But I hope you guys do get a rather large turnout. And this video will actually go directly to YouTube, so you guys can start sharing it as soon as, you know, after the nursing is over, and then you guys can have the opportunity to be able to, you know, kind of spread the word a little bit further, and hopefully it'll be helpful in that way. Oh, I think we just had a bus drive by.
Yeah, yes, we did. We're on a main road.
No worries, no worries. I can hear everything. Okay, so is there anything else you guys want to share? Anything else, any other information? I know that you guys wanted people to share certain hashtags. April, do you want to jump in really quick and let us know what are the hashtags everybody should be posting their breastfeeding photos with? Oh no, I can't hear anything. Try taking out. Oh, that was better. Well, after the bus goes by. Sorry about that. I still can't hear you. It's still really spotty. Can you try taking out the headphones? Let's see if maybe that will work better. No. No, Rossi. No? Oh, Lord. Okay. Let me see if I can hear you now.
Can you hear me better?
A little bit. It just sounds really far away.
Can you hear me now?
Ah, yes. Yes. Okay.
If we could get anybody to share any kind of videos and use the hashtag
WCPO feed-in, right?
and normalize
Normalize breastfeeding. Normalize tube feeding. Okay, all of those, I couldn't hear anything that you said. I'm really sorry. We have a really spotty connection, but I know the hashtags. If you guys are watching and you're on the Normalized Breastfeeding page or on the actual event page for the WCPO feed-in, you can actually get the hashtags there. But I believe that they are WCPO feed-in, Normalized Breastfeeding, Normalized tube feeding, and Stop Censoring Motherhood, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, Stop Censoring Motherhood. And this is a movement that's been started for quite some time from Ashley Wells Jackson of the Fourth Trimester Body Project. She's dealt with a lot of censorship, and the last podcast episode, we actually talked about that as well. And so I just want to say thank you all so much for coming on. I really appreciate your time. I don't want to hold you. I know you guys have kids running around and you guys need to get to them. My kids are up and making noise in the background. I'm sure you can hear them. So I'm going to let you guys go. And if you guys need anything else from me, just let me know. I'm going to try and have all the information up on the blog in the next couple of days. Hopefully it'll be up by Monday. So you guys have a wonderful feed-in, and I'll be following on your event page. Tag me in anything that you need me to see, or send it to me directly through Messenger, and that way I'll get to it as soon as I can.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies. I appreciate you coming on. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello, lady.